Hi guys, and welcome to another in our series on simple trading strategies. So this video is going to cover my most favorite system ever, and in fact has become my most frequently traded system now, and is pretty much what I focus all of my trading on. Before I start, there's kind of one catch to this system. Although the trading system itself is immensely simple, it's because we've developed a whole infrastructure behind it, and we have several servers. One we affectionately call Marvin the supercomputer, that essentially does all the hard work for you and parses out this indicator. So although this is a very simple trading strategy, that's because we've done the hard work for you, so you kind of need to get some access to that information if you want to trade it. So caveat ahead, let's go on and have a look. So we refer to this as order book trading. Simple reason being is essentially what we do is we track price action based on the movements in the underlying order book. So essentially we're looking at where people are positioned. Now this is no different to looking at something like the COT Commitment of Traders report. However, on this one we're really focused on retail traders as opposed to commercials, non-commercials, large speculators, etc. Let me quickly change to a pointer. So essentially what we're looking at here, and on my screen as you can see, is this little blue region gives me the percentage of retail traders that are net long based on one of our order books, and we track several, and this one below is giving you a different view of another order book. Essentially what we're actually plotting is how retail traders are changing their orders, and that's represented by this line. And all this line is doing is looking at whether retail traders are buying or selling in the currency pair. Now, as you know, retail traders tend to be pretty unprofitable bunch of people, and you've seen all the statistics. For most brokers now, it's less than 35% of all retail traders they have make money, and only about 5-10% of those are actually consistently profitable. So, as you can imagine, understanding where they're positioned in the market and what they're doing gives you a very easy trading strategy. What we do for that trading strategy is we simply translate it into this lovely line, and this line is essentially telling you how they're changing their positions in the market. You can pretty much ignore the number on the side because actually it's just a normalized figure for us. So the number technically doesn't mean an awful lot apart from it's normalized from our back-end systems. But it's the red and green and the above and below 50 that you really want to pay attention for. Essentially, when we're above 50 and we have this nice red line, it says retail traders are buying in the market. And when retail traders are buying, that's one of two things. Either their stop losses have been hit, in which case we'll get a spike, as you can see here. Stops were gathered below this region. We break through. Lots of selling as the stop losses are hit because they were all long. This is the euro dollar, by the way. This gives us an opportunity to sell. Essentially, we're doing the opposite of what unprofitable retail traders are doing. Makes sense, really, doesn't it? Essentially, as we can see, this line here just translates into the various positions that we would take, and I've got this on a 4-hour chart at the moment. You can excuse the bottom one because I've only set that for tracking since the beginning of August. And what we can see here is retail traders are essentially doing the opposite to the way that the market's going. And if I continue to plot this, you can see that we were long from down here, and it moved all the way up. Note the scale on the side of my chart. You notice I've also got the weekly and monthly pivots. I can take those off. It's a nice little indicator we have. Here we can see we were short down to this spike, which was a risk event. Here we can see we were long from down here. So essentially that is all the system is. Red line and a number above 50, you go short. Green line, you go long. And this works pretty consistently on a fair few currency pairs. Our favorite being euro dollar. If you use 2% risk and follow the settings that we've had past few years, you would have returned easily over 100% on every single trade. If you combine it with a few extra things, you can see I've got pin bars marked on my chart at the moment. If you combine it with things like pin bars and I've got the ATR boundaries, it becomes even more profitable. Really great little system. You can get all of these charts updated and even sent to you, or they'll be able to be sent to you shortly, through our membership and our live RTAS feed. And essentially you'll be able to check every 4 hours exactly what it's doing. We even plot the live trades on the chart. The joy about this one is it also works on a majority of other currency pairs. At the moment, what we really like doing for our pro funds is essentially running it on a portfolio that consists of euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, Euro Aussie, and Euro pound. And as you can see with those 5 crosses, what you're actually getting there is a part hedging structure, which actually creates a really nice way of being more consistently profitable over the long time. Essentially, this system works particularly well in trending markets. It also works extremely well when we have more general themes in the market. When it doesn't work well, it's typically holiday and low volume periods, and that's because actually retail traders in holiday and low volume markets make up the majority of traders, and therefore they can set the direction of the trend much more easily, which tends to go into a range-bound market. However, excluding those kind of holiday periods, this is an extremely profitable system. Right. Hopefully you've got a good idea of how the system works. Nice brief intro. Again, like I said, you can get all of these charts, all of these updates, including the long and short, and even where our trades are placed in the market, all live from us on a daily basis, live feed, and it updates every 4 hours or so. You can even get that sent to your computer if you use an RSS reader. So if you want to understand a bit more about this system, we did a really good webinar with the Ninja Trader guys, which this is all based off of, which goes into a lot more detail. You can check that out. There'll be a link below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.